brows. So I'm going to start out with the clean face already, but I'm going to do an extra cleanse with some witch hazel. Then I'm going to actually do my brows off camera with the Anastasia angled brow brush and some dip brow pomade in Granite. So now that my brows are done, I like to prep and prime my eyelids for my eyeshadows with a Marc Jacobs foundation that's a little too light for me. I love to use it because it's so full coverage and it gives an even tone for all my shadows to come through. Alright, so although I use the Marc Jacobs foundation for my base, I like to also use the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk because it has a lighter shade to it, so any radiant colors that I use as my shadows, they show up a lot better. Okay, so to finish off priming my eyes, I love to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. It is the bomb. It's not too thick, so my shadows go over it really nicely. And for this whole look, I'm going to be using my Morphe 3502 palette. And the first shade I'm going to be using is the shade Universal right there. And the brush I'm going to use for my crease is the Morphe 518 brush. So here, clearly, I don't know that I'm holding the brush upside down, but I was using the Morphe M433 brush because it's more dense for more dark colors, and I'm using the shade Brick and Rich from the same palette. Next, I'm going to be using the same brick color, and then I'm going to use the shade Terracotta with it. Alright, and then on the outer corners of my eyes, I'm going to be using the two shades Brave and Muddy out of the same palette. Okay, so you guys, literally making this video, I dropped my palette and I broke the black shade that was in the Morphe palette, but I'm gonna take the Nikki Tutorials and Too Faced collaboration palette and I'm gonna use the black out of it to substitute for the black I would have used in the 3502. So any black shade will do. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part. Well, what I would say is the fun part here is me actually trying to make sure you guys can see me, because a lot of videos I've made, I'm not even in the frame. But, so to cut my crease, I use my Estee Lauder Maximum Coverage Foundation in a shade that is clearly way too fair for me. I actually use this on my clients, but it's very thick and it's full coverage, and when you cut your crease you really want something that's thick so you can control it better and get it exactly where you want it, and it'll have a nice coverage for whatever eyeshadow you put over it. So that's my favorite. I don't typically use any other foundations though. Anytime else it's a concealer. Okay, so to use as my lid color, I'm going to be using the shade Pure from my 3502 palette as well. And I'm going to spray it with my Mario Badescu, however you say. How do you really say that? Anyway, I'm going to spray that brush with the shadow on it. So I put the shadow on the brush first, and then I spray it so it can have a lot more pigment. And so the shimmers in the shadow can show up a lot better. Okay, so on the outer part of my cut crease, I went back in with that same brick color, which is the orangish shade that we've been using a lot throughout this whole look. And I'm going to put that on the outer part and kind of blend it into the beginning of my crease, just so it can look very blended and, you know, cute. Okay, so now to add some more definition to our crease, I'm going to be using my Morphe M431 brush with that same black from my Nikkie Tutorials palette, and I'm just going to blend it into the edges of my crease. So I'm going to do it on the ends, the upper part of my crease, and kind of on the inner part, but yeah. And honestly, I'm going to say this now and again, the key to getting a gradient look is blending, so don't be afraid to blend. Alright, so I'm going to be using Ivy from the Nikkie Tutorials palette, and it's just like a white shimmery shade, and I'm going to be using an Eco Tools flat brush, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone just a little bit, and then I'm going to get a makeup wipe. It's a Neutrogena wipe. I can't live without them. They are awesome. See how easily that cleaned that up? But yeah, I'm just going to clean up all the fallout from the shadows I've used, and then I'm going to do my eyeliner and lashes off camera. If you guys want to see how I do my brows, my eyeliner, and how I apply my lashes all in another video, I will be way more than happy to do it. But this video, I thought it was going to be way too time consuming, so I did it off camera.
Naked. I wanna be a baby. Diamonds and nothing when I'm shining with you. Just keep it white and black as if I'm your sister. I'm too hip to hop around town to hit with you. Oh, I get wow.
So for my foundation that I used this day, it was the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Don't mind the packaging it's in. I do work for Estee Lauder, so it's a little dram or whatever, and it's in the shade Bronze. Okay, so because I'm like super duper extra, I like to do an extra concealer, okay? I'm using the same concealer I used for my cut crease. It's the maximum coverage. It's not concealer at all, actually. It's actually foundation, and it's the maximum coverage foundation by Estee Lauder. Sorry. Oh, and I set my eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then I'm bronzing my face up with some Hoola bronzer by Benefit. And I'm going to highlight with the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow.
Purchase this beat today. Purchase this beat today.